Round 3 of the World Rally Raid Championship brought the teams, drivers and riders to the west coast of Portugal. A new event on the calendar, the BP Ultimate Rally Raid, and it posed a whole host of different challenges so far unseen in this year's W2RC series. Yes, we've moved away from sand and onto more traditional tricky trails, and with all the usual suspects in attendance, the fights across all 5 categories raged over 5 days of intense competition. And this is how things looked. The bivouac based in Grandola and the first 2 loop stages of over 100 kilometres. But it was day 3 where things got really tough. Nearly 400 kilometres and a trip into Spain for an overnight bivouac in Badajoz before heading back to Portugal for 2 more loop stages. To the bikes then, and in the Rally GP category, Honda's Tosha Schreiner instantly took the lead of the event in the prologue. A great ride, and the conditions clearly suited the Hondas. His teammate Adrian van Beveren was just 2 seconds further back, but rolling straight into stage 1, van Beveren picked up 12 minutes of time penalties, while Schreiner built himself up a lead of over 4 minutes.
In the beginning was really hard with the sandy terrain. I tried to push again hard, but I had a little mistakes with my with my riding in sand.
Sebastian Buehler, meanwhile, born in Germany but a son of Portugal, entered the party on stage 2, winning the loop and moving up into 2nd place overall.
It has a lot of water before the refueling, so I tried to go fast, but at the same time to take care of the bike, because very fast it can go wrong.
With Schreiner and Buehler out front, current championship leader Ross Branch wasn't able to match the pace of the leaders, and after a weekend of riding smart and to his own pace, he eventually finished 5th. Meanwhile, Adrian van Beveren was on the move after his earlier penalties, and with a brace of stage victories, he recovered to finish 4th of the W2RC runners and was enjoying the rally, even after smoking the rear tyre on stage 4.
The last part, everybody was with the slick tire, and we managed our best. But sometimes it was scary, you know, when you have to brake and you don't have grip on the rear, you slide really fast. But yeah, I like this kind of terrain. I enjoy this riding.
Skylar Howes put in perhaps the most consistent ride of everyone. The Californian stayed out of trouble to pick up points for 3rd. But up at the front, Buehler could do nothing about the pace of Tosha Schreiner, the Spaniard going on to take a start-to-finish victory and maximum points here in Portugal.
My first ever World Championship win, so yeah, always special, always emotional, and more here in Portugal, so close to my home, and yeah, super emotional.
So this is how things stack up. Ross Branch continues to lead, 21 points clear of Adrian van Beveren, with Ricky Brabeck slipping to 3rd. And in the Manufacturers' Championship, it's anyone's guess. Hero lead Honda by 3 points. In Rally 2, Bradley Cox put in a spectacular effort to lead home the W2RC runners, another man who had to fight back after picking up penalties on day 1. He behaved himself for the rest of the event and beat Romain Dumontia by over 5 minutes.
We put in a good week and still getting the same to do throughout the whole year. Big thanks to the team and everyone that helps me get here, and yeah, looking forward to the rest of the year now.
And just look at that, a real fight on our hands. Just 3 points separate Dumontier, Jean-Louis Lepin and Bradley Cox. Meanwhile, Rally 3 kicked off in Portugal, and it was a proper family affair after the Amaral brothers were going at it. But it was Gonçalo who beat his sibling Salvador to the top spot.
I'm very happy to be in the first place. It's my first time in navigation and everything went well, and it's amazing race, and I'm very happy to be here.
And so, by default, Gonzalo leads Salvador by 5 points, with Pedro Bianchi Prata in third. In the quads, Manuel Andújar sent a clear message to his rivals, winning the prologue and the first 3 stages. After day 3, he was over 20 minutes clear of Gaetan Martinez.
Lot of kilometers and also a lot of mud and a lot of water, and my ERTF system, the GPS, is broken again, so hard day for me.
But everything would unravel on day 4. Rear axle failure followed by a fall, and Andújar found himself 40 minutes down and out of the fight for the win. Instead, it was that familiar name, Kamil Wisniewski, who picked up the mantle, and the Polish rider, with just 1 full day remaining, was able to fend off Antanas Kanopkinas to take the win. In the championship, Andújar continues to lead, but Kanopkinas has closed up the gap, with Hani Alnumesi just 3 points further back. Over to the ultimate category now, and championship leader and Dakar winner Carlos Sainz was back in town, this time in a Mini. Meanwhile, winner of the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge last time out was Nasser Al-Attiyah, and he was desperate for the win.
We are a professional driver and we know what we do, and we can race in each condition, you know, it's no problem, but okay, we need to be clever and to win this race.
And it was a good start for Nasser, winning the prologue stage, but that was not something he'd be able to repeat on stage 1. Instead, the early lead was held by Gurlan Shishiri, but a technical failure on day 2 ended any hopes of fighting for the win. Meanwhile, Al-Attiyah smashed in a hot one to take the lead after the second day. His closest rival came in the form of João Ferreira in the Mini, the local star drawing on all of his home experience to keep the pressure on Al-Attiyah in difficult conditions.
Emotions through this week. The tension was really high. A lot of pressure from our side because we are the locals, let's say like this. But I think we managed quite well, and I'm very happy. This is also my first race with a new partnership with Repsol, so I think we started the right foot.
Carlos Sainz, meanwhile, was sitting comfortably in third, but entered the final day and the Spaniard was getting pressure from Lucas Morais in the Toyota. It was going to be a sprint to the finish, and it was Morais who spoiled the Spanish party to take third overall. But up at the front and leading from stage 2 onwards, Nasser Al-Attiyah in the Pro Drive Run Hunter. He made it another win on Portuguese turf after competing here for the last few years in the Baja. More importantly than any of that, he now leads the Drivers' Championship.
We are so happy, you know, to win this race, and it was very difficult, but okay, to win and to have a good lead now in the championship, and yeah, will be amazing for us.
There is confirmation of Al-Attiyah's lead, but by just 2 points from Carlos Sainz, with Yazid Al-Raji rounding out the top 3. And in the manufacturers' standings, Toyota Gazoo Racing lead by 23 points from Nasser Racing by ProDrive, with X-Raid Mini JCW team in third. It was action from start to finish in the Challenger class. Plenty of thrills and spills throughout the week. And for championship leader Rokas Baciuska, he took the early lead of the category after the short 100-kilometre stage 1. A completely different type of terrain here in Portugal to the sand events of the first 2 rounds of the championship, and it suited Argentina's Nicolas Cavigliaso. A former Dakar winner in the quad category, and he was keeping Baciuska honest. He snatched the lead on stage 2. But it was on the run from Grandola to Badajoz in Spain where Bachuska opened up the taps, and that's where he made all the difference. The longest stage of the rally and nearly 12 minutes quicker than Cavigliaso. His lead now stood at a healthy 8 minutes. Further back, a good effort from local driver Ricardo Porem saw him take a well-deserved third position, and with Cavigliaso in second, Bachuska cruised to his first W2RC victory of 2024.
It was different what we used to drive, but yeah, we are happy. We are going forward to the championship. We are still leading the championship.
And there is confirmation of that. Bachuska with a healthy 34-point lead over America's Austin Jones. Nicolas Cavigliaso just 5 points further back. And that just left the SSV class, and championship leader Yasser Saidan came into the event as clear favourite. But Spain's Ricardo Ramillo had other ideas. His first W2RC victory came on stage 1 and he took the early lead.
Yesterday was a happy day, a special day. My first time the win one stage in the World Championship. Very happy, very happy.
And he wasn't done yet. Although Saidan fought back with a win on stage 2, he was eventually forced to retire, which left Ramillo clear to win every single remaining stage and go on to take victory overall here in Portugal.
Thank you for everybody. I am very happy with the situation. The win in the World Championship is not my dreams. It's a surprise for me, but I am happy for this.
Despite a difficult weekend for the Saudi Arabian, Yasser Saidan continues to lead the category, 37 points clear. The riders and drivers loved it. The fans loved it. The tricky technical trails of the BP Ultimate Rally Raid delivered on every front. Next up, the championship heads for Argentina in June for the Desafio Ruta, and we'll be there to bring you every second of action. Until then, it's goodbye.